Welcome to SBCU. We're going to talk about the Roubaix and why we believe smoother is faster. This bike is for the rider that wants to go big, wants to go long miles, but also still wants a performance machine, something that's going to be fun to ride and actually pretty darn fast. The Roubaix is the smoothest ride that we have. This is important because at the end of the ride, you want to feel fresh. You had a great ride, you want to feel good. And we get this from 3 places on the Roubaix. The first one is the geometry. This is very unique for the Roubaix. And if you look at a couple key places, you'll see that we have a taller head tube. This is about 20 to 30 millimeters taller than, say, a traditional style bike. This is going to give you just a little bit more upright ride, take a little bit of pressure off the back on those long miles. You're going to feel fresh at the end. The bottom bracket, just a little bit lower than you would normally see on most bikes. It's going to be a more confident ride. You're going to make you feel good over the long haul. And then the chainstays, just a little bit longer than you would see on your traditional style bikes. This is going to be more comfortable, more stable over those long miles. The second part of how this bike is smoother is the frame construction. Now, the head tube and the fork, this is an important junction. You're going to see a lot of vibration, a lot of input from the road here. We actually have size-specific head tubes and forks on these bikes. On the smaller bikes, you're going to have smaller diameter bearings, so it's not going to be as rough and bouncy around. And on the bigger bikes, for the taller, heavier riders, you're actually going to get a bigger bearing, so it's going to be a little bit stiffer for those riders. So specific for the size rider and the size frame that you have. And also in the construction in the back here, this is where you're going to get a lot of compliance out of the frame. That's its ability to move up and down and accept those bumps and vibrations that you're going to get from the road. And it's important that when you put these, the top tube, the seat tube, and the seat stays together, that they work together to get the compliance out of the frame so it's a comfortable, good ride. The last part of this is zerts. You'll see the zerts on the seat stays back here and the forks. And what this does, this absorbs vibration. There's a lot of vibration that comes up off the road through your wheels, and eventually those get transmitted into your hands, into your butt, and those wear you out over the long haul. You're not going to notice it in the first couple minutes, but after a long time on the road, this is going to make you more tired, more fatigued, and we don't want that. So zerts, it absorbs those vibrations, takes them away from you, keeps you feeling fresh as the daisy all day long. So let's also remember that the Roubaix is faster. This bike is the king of the cobbles. It's won the Paris-Roubaix race so many times. This thing wants to get up and go just as much as it is a comfortable bike as well. So let's look at the 3 places that we're able to give the speed to this bike. 1, it's freaking lightweight. 925 grams in the S-Works. That's gonna fly up hills. Super lightweight. And if you looked at the construction of the bike, it's the tippy top. The best we can do. This is a Factis construction, top tube, head tube, down tube, all one piece. You got your one-piece BB chainstay, your seat tube. So these can all be built individually. Where do you need the weight? Where do you need the stiffness? Where do you want the compliance of the bike? And then the last part are the seat stays. We wanted to change these up a little bit. These are a little bit straighter than they've been before, a little bit wider stance, so more triangulated. It's going to give you a stiffer rear end. So when you're stomping on the pedals, it's going to get up and go, but still compliant at the end of the day. All right, so let's talk about some of my favorite pieces of the Roubaix. The first one is the gearing. This bike, long haul, going big, long climbs, you got to have the right gearing on the bike. So this is your compact style gearing, 50, 34, plenty of teeth to get the speed that you need for when that sprint happens, but nice and low gearing to get you up and over those big tall hills. The second part on some of the bikes is the CGR seat post. Freaking brilliant design. This gives you 18 millimeters of compliance. That's going to move you up and down, going to keep you nice and comfortable, and it looks pretty freaking rad too. And the last part is what that CGR is attached to, the body geometry saddle. Long day in the saddle, guys. You need to keep blood flowing to where blood needs to flow. We want things to work today and in the future. Body geometry saddles are going to keep you happy. That's the Roubaix. If you want to go long, you want to go big, have a good time on the bike, but also have a great performance twist, this is your bike.